Hello and welcome to Round 3 coverage from the 2025 PDGA Champions Cup presented by OTB and MVP Disc Sports. We're here in Stockton, California at Swenson Park playing the B layout for the first time. You're watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Paul McBeth had a stranglehold of the competition until the back nine during round 2. Double bogey, and another double bogey sent him in the wrong direction and brought the whole field back into it. And now we've got a lot of players tied at the top, or tight at the top.
Yeah, very tight. And Paul let the whole field back in, really, the whole entire field. Because today, windiest conditions we've had, we're switching up to a trickier layout. This is one of the switches right here, hole 1 par 3, 378. You're basically throwing where you were laying up. It's just tucked in a little bit right here. And if you, as we pan past the basket, you're going to see that OB line comes really, really close to the backside of the screen. We're talking 15 feet is it. So you got to be really sharp.
Let's introduce
off the tee.
Our lead card for this year's Champion Cup. First on the tee box, from Lawrenceville, Georgia, your 2023 PDGA Champions Cup champion and two-time PDGA World Champion, Isaac Robinson.
This guy just turns it on when the M is next to the tier of the event. 3-time major champion, Isaac Robinson. Reigning back-to-back world champion and a one-time Champions Cup champion.
Oh, this needs, well, I do like that, and I love that. We'll give it a little of that, and we're looking
Up
good.
next,
Yeah, sign me
from
up.
Huntington Beach, California, winner of the 2013 Copenhagen Open, 2015 Aussie Open, 2015 Scandinavian Open,
Good time to go grab a drink while they read these off.
European Masters and 4-time European Open champion, 3-time USDGC champion, and 6-time PDGA World Champion,
Jeez Louise.
Paul McBeth.
Talk about a flex.
Yeah,
And you don't even have to do anything.
well, except win 17 majors.
Well, no, you're icing yourself at that point.
Yeah.
Going with the sidearm wide, that's too high.
It's just doesn't really have a chance.
Just seems a little too inside as well. Like a
Up
little
next,
wider, maybe.
from
even
Mesa,
around those trees.
Arizona, your 2013 Junior World Champion, 2015 U.S. Amateur and AM World Champion, Anthony Barela.
Very
One of the-
accomplished amateurs.
Very, very accomplished. And a very accomplished pro as well, but one of the big dogs without a major title yet, Anthony Barela. Surely won't be too long. It's good width.
I like it. Just needs to not be deep.
And completing this terrific lead card, from Scottsdale, Arizona, your 2010 AM World Champion, 2011 PDGA Championship winner, 2014 Japan Open Champion, 2016 European Masters Champion, 2017 Aussie Open Champ, and 2-time PDGA Champion, Ricky Wysocki.
PDGA World Champion, that is. It's doctored you.
I think to myself, with AB or Calvin or any of these guys, just like you said, surely it can't be too long until they get their first major. And then I think Ricky Wysocki last won a major in 2017.
Yeah.
And since that time, I would say he's the #1 player in the world over that
Yeah,
stretch.
over that
Luck out there,
stretch.
If you
gentlemen. Thanks very
factor in
much.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
And then I think nothing is promised to you. And maybe I should stop saying that someone is about to win. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
sure.
it's like it's just I want to believe it, just like you
Best
said.
of luck
Like,
out there,
of course,
gentlemen.
they're
Thanks
gonna-
very much.
Everyone
Karl
will get a
Malone
major.
Never won an NBA title.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You don't know what you don't know. It's a tough world out there. A lot of hungry players. And just one Isaac Robinson is a big problem.
No kidding. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
Good putt there from Anthony. Charles Barkley never hit a golf ball.
Charles Barkley never hit a golf ball nowhere.
All right, couple birds coming our way.
And that's Isaac Robinson in for the birdie. I'll stop.
I should have known you had a Charles Barkley ready. Locked
too
and loaded
easy.
all this time.
It's too easy.
I should have known.
I think more surprising that Ricky hasn't won since 2017 in the major department is that he's never taken down a U.S. title.
Yeah.
And that to me is like the U.S. sidearm championships in so many ways. And I think on that same time, he's
look at him.
probably the greatest forehand player in our generation. I mean, if not in the top 5, certainly. If Uli makes room for him, that is.
Well, there's room for all of us. Rick and the 3 of us.
That's it. The top 5 is just the 4 of us.
Just us. Hole 2, par 4, 719 feet. Pin tucked back right, putting a much bigger premium on the big drive. You're not really going to be able to work the disc right. The wind is not really your friend on this day as you're trying to swing it in there. So I think really got to make sure you get aggressive off the tee. Get to where you can clear the corner on that second.
Really fits Isaac's shot shape off the tee. And as long as that's not right behind it, should be okay. Behind the tree, that is.
How many holes change?
10.
10 of them. Okay.
And some of them are fully brand new holes we haven't even seen before, and some of them are just new pins.
And some new tees, correct?
Oh, yeah.
In some
Some
places, too.
brand new holes that have never been played in competition.
I guess I meant to say like new tees on holes that we have played as well. Are there tees
yeah.
changing too?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So it's a whole assortment of it's a
Yep.
mixed bag
They,
of
they change in every way
every
you can
possible way.
imagine.
This needs to calm down. Oh, that's a great
Yeah,
kick.
That'll calm you down.
and that angle, we've seen some players get aggressive from there. I'm not quite sure if Ricky will have something.
He's done from there. It is completely sideways from where he is, I
Okay.
think.
All right.
Short of the corner. He'd have to... okay, he's Ricky.
Still, even
But
with
it's,
Ricky being Ricky.
it's a Herculean attempt at some super shot, which he really doesn't need to do right now.
Well, McBeth after hole 1 has lost the lead the first time since he gained it back middle of round 1.
No real opportunity to go at the pin, so good safe shot.
Well, if AB can get to there,
Yeah, it's just
then
the
Ricky
angle.
can get to there too.
I feel like it's worse, like Rick being tighter
Yeah.
to the bush.
Absolutely.
That was pretty well kept close to the bush, but again, I think you're right. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
matter of getting around the corner. That was almost maybe too aggressive. It's kind of playing with that the inside line by even getting close to that at all.
It's out of bounds
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
for the Rickster.
So he did need to keep it that tight, and it wasn't even tight enough.
Yeah. He did. Yeah. Too aggressive is right, I think. Probably just a case of not quite knowing where the line was. And this is a strange one from McBeth, kind of similar to the forehand on 1, where it sort of came out early and weak.
Very, like, alarmingly weak for a guy who has 450 forehand in the bag to come up 80 short or 75 short. That's alarming.
If this holds the turn, I'm kind of in love.
Mm-hmm. Isaac making some adjustments this season, going with a new bag, and takes different players different amounts of time to get used to it and find themselves back into the rhythm of the competition.
Same true of Ricky with the new discs.
Shout out to Blake Schaefer, the unsung hero behind the contracts with Ezra, Ricky, Isaac, and myself. Very busy man during the off season.
This would be a nice find.
So with this, tough right to left crosswind from this distance. And that's typically what you see. That's going to leave a tough comebacker.
Why not? Grab another one on you. Put a little more pressure on your putt.
Very well done. Kept it low, driven. Mostly flat, tiny bit of hyzer. Didn't get a chance to move too much in the crosswind.
It's a good putt.
Ricky for the bogey. And the failed disc pickup. #1 ranked in the world at that.
Checking in with Andrew Marweed on the tee of 3.
I feel like we've already seen him on this hole in previous rounds. Be honest, the way that the trees are off the tee. Oh.
You like a little hyzer flip at all?
Whoa.
Boom.
Whoa.
Just a nasty shot right there.
Wow.
But with the way the trees are off the tee
gorgeous.
and the wind direction that hasn't switched, it's gotten heavier, but same wind direction the whole entire week. The sidearm plays on this course big time. Big time.
We saw this guy playing this course in our practice round this week, and his forehand came in clutch in our triples format. Kind of carrying the team different parts. Him and Uli. Gannon didn't really do much. His forehand certainly shapes these fairways very well. Isaac's hot start has him off to a 2-shot lead over the field right now. Holding that weight as the major champion.
On to hole 3, that same one we just saw Marweed play.
Yeah, it's 744 feet. We saw Marweed going sidearm, but there's a backhand route on the right. Just go straight. You got a couple little twigs on the right-hand side and a big tree to miss. Roller plays, but I don't think today. It's a little too windy. Sidearm does, but I think a lot of these guys are going to take this route right here. So you see those twigs poking up? Inside of that's where you want to go, and that's not good.
The journey has just started for Isaac. He's got a long way to go.
Almost just a horrible kick. But I think that's a little deep there too.
A surprisingly errant shot for AB.
So just in between, like where that Mando sign is, you just go left of the tree on the inside. Kind of like this.
Yeah, this will do good things for you.
That's what you're looking for.
Ricky choosing the alternative forehand route and pulls it a little inside, gets around the first tree and collides into the second one. great.
This is just going to be a par play, but that needs to get down. Okay. Kind of a tough upshot from there.
Yeah.
Gonna
Don't
be
like
honest.
that angle.
And this could go in that bush line if it takes a monster skip. Yeah, don't like that either. Found a perk in there.
Scared him out.
And that Perks.
boy.
Oh, watch out, Perkins.
Yeah.
Come on, get out of there.
Did
Okay.
not get the turn he was looking for at all out of that one.
Back-to-back errant shots for 3 of our card members here. That's kind of surprising. McBeth, after the great drive, can he do some good work here on the second and get his first birdie of the round?
It's a dip. No,
Wonder what took him to the backhand there.
probably because of the drops on the last couple holes with the sidearm.
Maybe
you
so.
know?
Well, we remember yesterday he
The
had that
forehand was
fantastic one.
Gorgeous. 400. You said 450 it was measured or something along those
That's
lines?
what Perkins called out. 445 is what I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, and that gets just underneath the
That makes sense.
canopy.
I think, in the live coverage, I was saying it's time to stop acting like Isaac doesn't have the forehand ready.
Who thinks that?
It's just, sometimes I just think it's tempting to say, forehand for Isaac, how interesting. This is rare, but he's just come through too many times in a row.
He's thrown 2 backhands on the hole that were both garbage, and he throws a forehand and dimes it up. He's a forehand guy.
Specialist, right?
He's a specialist.
Ooh, Rick. In some trouble.
See, Isaac was close to doing that same thing.
Yep.
It just went right behind it. Oh, no.
This is a tough spot because he's got like a putt swing, but a really low ceiling to deal with.
He's going to putt a fairway driver? No, not great. Wow.
Yeah.
Just some silly, silly mistakes. I think
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure going back stance there, putter approach. I don't know what the putting thing was all about. You know?
It gives
Yeah.
him a chance. He can get a full throw in.
I'm saying if he just goes patent pending.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying if he does patent pending, he gets a full throw in as opposed to the putt.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay. Oh, in a hole.
I always find it kind of neat when Anthony gets to play with McBeth on lead card, knowing that Anthony grew up being a huge McBeth fan. And it's just seeing that relationship develop where Anthony would always imitate Paul's form. And
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing them
it's
on
cool.
lead card together on the weekend
It's very cool.
at a major.
We used to take Anthony with us in the RV for little stretches at times when he was
Good par save.
still a kid.
Yeah, like 13, 14, right?
Sure meant the world to him.
Yeah, maybe a little older than that when he was actually like coming with us because we're talking like 2016-ish.
Okay.
So I don't know, what is he now? 24,
I think so.
something like
yeah,
that.
so
Yeah, that's right when he
16.
was taking down his Am Worlds
Yeah,
title.
I would
in
have
Kalamazoo.
guessed about 16 is when he would kind of get the go ahead from his parents to come out and be in the RV with us for a little while.
Yeah, because 2014 he won.
Was it 2014? I thought it was
at-
2016. Was it 2014?
I don't know. Whenever he won, he was 14.
Yeah, I think he was. It was after he won the Am Worlds
Okay.
for sure.
Well, couple bogeys, couple of pars. Not great. Isaac still holds on to that 2-shot lead over Paul McBeth.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
New pin position here on 4, about 40 feet to the right and elevated. 2 Mandos still in play. Those 2 posts put in the ground by the course designers to stop you from working a flex backhand very easily. This one's pretty tough. I think a flat kind of flip up forehand is a nice idea if you can do it. You don't really have the room to play much of a flex.
And this forehand specialist is going with a backhand, surprisingly enough. But, yeah, that's why you don't do that.
Uh-oh.
Brutal.
At least he stayed short of the Mando. That looked like it had potential to miss that second one.
Yeah, I think it might have even hit like the Mando sign on the second one. So it was very close to missing it, but a bit unlucky. He hit one of those posts that they put there just to stop him from doing what he was trying to do.
And McBeth comes up woefully short. That wind is really playing a factor right now.
I mean, we saw Sullivan just dime this thing up, so it's doable down the middle. But these guys, what's happening is there's a crazy wind out there, and if you don't have that power, the flip is awkward.
That is done a little bit better.
This is great.
I'd say a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Anthony doesn't go with the forehand. I'm surprised Ricky doesn't go with the forehand.
The more power you have with the backhand, the easier this hole becomes because, like, you see how theirs are flipping too early? AB kind of shanks it through the middle, if that makes any sense, turning it hard, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's getting to those trees quicker.
Yeah.
So you're kind of beating those trees without having to shape
Before
or flip.
the move.
Exactly, and then it's just kind of diving to the right.
Very well done from Ricky.
Very slow start for Ricky. 1 over through 4.
Yeah, that is not how you get into the hunt here.
Isaac does get a bit fortunate, has a pretty easy angle for the approach, but we do. That's not great.
And then this is going to be just sending, which means I would guess. Yeah. If he misses, that's not going to be too close, but
So
chains help slow it
close.
down.
That was an incredible effort from 70 feet from McBeth. Barela to get at least a stroke on the card.
Oh, big time putt.
So tough to do on an elevated basket, putting into the headwind. Keeps him on a nice level plane, good pace behind it. Doesn't expose too much nose up into the headwind, just stays level.
Great par.
Stuart Scott would say that's as cool as the other side of the pillow.
He's just somebody you don't want in the mix if you're trying to win this thing. Because he's just going to make all those putts, it seems like, throw so many consistent shots in a row. Fairway, fairway, fairway. You know, let's just say he's taking a few pars. But if you go birdie, birdie, par, par, birdie, birdie, par, par, birdie, birdie.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the game that he plays, you know?
Yeah.
He just seems unflappable at times too. Like he doesn't really get shook by anything, and it's like, and the putt always, you know, when we see someone come with that throw putt, generally in the past we've said, that's going to break down. Well, the most pressure-packed time would be during the World Championships, and it clearly doesn't break down.
No, it gets better when the majors happen.
That's like the first time that we've seen a spin putt get better in pressure situations. It's pretty cool to watch. This one doesn't change, I don't believe.
It does not.
1171. Big, big, big tee shot here. Want to get out to the fairway if you can. Oh,
This is crushed.
oh.
I would have loved to see what happened
I think we
after
all
that.
would have.
Because I thought cut, and then it was already up.
I think he's still in position to reach the pin.
I asked the tournament organizers if he could have a mulligan after seeing that shot. I just wanted one more look at where that maybe was going to go because it was like a 90-mile-an-hour roller.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Oh, boy.
goodness. This one right there.
Jeez
Dang it.
Louise, these guys are just not getting through. 3 pretty decent looking shots, just haven't quite found their way through the open door. See if Rick can get on the right side of things here. Needs a good tee shot. Okay.
Jeez. That's one
Moving.
of the farthest ones I've seen.
Yeah, moving. Nice big skip on the end.
Good drop. I don't know if he's got much from there. It's a long ways out. It's like 440. Screaming headwind.
Yeah. Isaac's got more power than I think we never quite give him quite enough credit for the amount of distance he's able to achieve with accuracy. But with him hitting an early tree, I just don't know if he's really going to be in position to get the birdie still.
I think he's one of those guys, he throws it just as far as he throws it right now. Like, he's not just going to go to a field and unleash a new gear. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, if I just let it loose, I think.
Ooh.
Oh,
that
boy.
needs a hold cut, and that is going to be tough.
There ain't nothing there, right? Except for trees and maybe Perkins.
I think it's-
Yeah, Perkins is there for sure. Perkins is right there. I can promise you that.
Oh, goodness.
There's no way through those bushes.
No, that's a sideways shot coming. All right, Rick's where you want to be in 2.
Yeah, he's way up there.
Well, let's just say Rick's where you wish you could be in 2.
Rick's where Rick wants to be in too.
Yeah, that's a different place for the most.
Okay, this could work. Get on edge now and coast.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
a
good.
great shot.
Yeah, positive shot for sure. It's not in the circle or
No.
anything, but
Nowhere close.
moving nicely.
Yeah, a little more flip, and he could have got to circle 2. But, I mean, that's asking a lot with that low ceiling.
You just have to. I just don't see a situation where if you're not getting 300 to 350.
This shot right here,
This one's nasty.
incredible.
That's nasty.
Heiser to miss the tree, late flip down the hill. It's got to flip to hit the gap that we didn't see.
That's pretty good.
This guy's going to the Adam Hammis school of how to get out of a trouble in this hole. He's going to go right.
I don't. Oh boy. Is there an opening eventually?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you wouldn't have thought about it really, but, you know, the way I wouldn't be surprised if the rules change on this hole after what happened with Adam.
Yes.
And then that, I don't think the course designer is hoping that for people to go that way,
Can't
but
imagine.
absolutely take advantage. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody
I was gonna
far enough to then take this backdoor forehand.
Oh boy. Oh, hold 1. That's good. For a third shot. Unfortunate for Rick.
Oh, the basket's kind of behind those bushes. This is looking really good from Anthony.
Are you serious?
Just your normal 4.
Could have been a birdie.
That is crazy good. Whoa. Hits metal?
Give me
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
hits metal. Wow, what a throw. Blind. And certainly never practiced or dreamt of practicing from over there, so just getting creative on the spot. And I think you're right, Nate. I think that the hole should be changed in that way. You never want to have a player that's quite literally 450 feet from another player on the card. You want to be able to have players able to see the shots, hold everyone accountable.
Oh, man.
Just got dropped.
That was going to be like an all-time birdie.
Yeah, after that tee shot, that would have been pretty special.
Ricky moment, of course.
Big putt for Rick. Needed that one in the worst way after the slow start. The rest of the card only going to be able to card par at best. That's how you get yourself back in it right there. Who do you think has made more C2 putts in the last decade between the two GOATs of our last 10 years?
Ricky. It might be double. It might be double the amount of the next person.
It's a compliment to McBeth's throwing, and also a compliment to Rick's putting.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricky might be leading all time. C2
It's a
makes.
brand new hole, 437. And Sullivan tipped in just says, a little bit of Annie, swing it into the bullseye.
Athlete.
He didn't do that on the round.
Is this the hole where I had to make a putt?
Yeah.
What the heck? He did get the distance, but he threw it on the green OB.
He's leading circle 2 all time, right?
It's got.
Has to be. Like in a person's life.
Yeah.
Like who's made the most? It
Yeah.
has to be Rick.
Mm-hmm. In competition, it's Rick.
Yeah. And it might just be Rick. I know there's people double as old as him, but are you kidding me? You're making half as many putts as Rick that whole time? No, come on. Come on.
I mean,
I'm saying tournament play.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
saying
all-time tournament,
disc
yeah.
golf, dude. I'm just saying disc golf ever.
No.
Like how many times have your eyes watched your disc go into the basket from outside the circle? Rick.
yeah,
Leader.
It's got to be him. I mean,
it might be.
shout out to tournament win leader of all time, Brian Schwabberger, but
Yeah.
But Big Brother ain't making that many C2 putts, not compared to Rick.
No.
And Rick's been just in the yard, dude. Like I just imagine a practice session.
He
for
doesn't
this guy.
practice from inside the circle.
Just so many makes.
And I just want to stress once again, kids, practice from 25 feet. You don't need to be practicing like Ricky. Make those short ones first.
Well, he did. He
Yeah,
practiced
first
it
make
all.
them all.
yeah.
First
Yes.
he learned to make them all,
First
and then he
8
learned to
months
make
he
them all
was
from
playing,
farther
he
away.
made them all from really close, and then he's like, "Oh, this is easy. I'm going to go out here." And
Anthony
he's been
goes-
out there forever.
Anthony just goes Spikeiser to 500.
Yeah, he did.
A little long.
This hole is 437. Wow, that's crazy.
But look at this technician. I'm going to pick the skinny line up above and just drop it right to 20 feet. That's so good. Paul doing the same thing. Very good. A little farther away, I think. I'm going to say it. Slow start for our lead card.
Palma doesn't have a birdie.
Yep.
All the way across the board. Even with Isaac's 2 birdie, it's a slow start being the
Absolutely.
lead card.
I think going back to hole 12 and up to now for Paul, what is he, like 5 over par in that stretch? 4 over par?
4 over.
So, I mean, in the last 18 holes nearly.
Yep.
I mean, not quite 18, but I mean, nearing
Nearly.
a full round of golf.
14 holes or so. 4 over.
Yeah, not great.
Oh, don't go on that green. Okay. I mean, all these should be just
Oh,
giving Isaac a hug right now, being
oh
only
my
2 under.
goodness.
He's about to be 3, most likely, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like mistake. And this is the guy that's kind of really in control.
Oh, my goodness. Man, there's something that just really, the energy dropped out of the air yesterday during the back 9. And the lead card just hasn't quite found it since. Been a few highlights here and there, I suppose, but it's just not the golf that we expect at a lead card major.
You got to be making those inside the circle putts.
Have to. And if you're not making those, then at least you got to be getting other birdies to pad those misses, and they're not getting those other birdies right now. Meanwhile, Marweed out there.
Hole 7 back to the 1,000-foot location, tee pad that you may have seen before if you ever watched coverage from Swenson.
Being a par 5, a shorter one, you're not necessarily required to get 400 feet off the tee to be in position for the birdie. It's a couple of accurately placed forehands from Marweed, and he can find himself in position.
No, this is the one that I think everybody's trying to do. The big guy, or I mean, pardon me, Eagle.
Yes, of
the
course.
The big guys, yeah.
I'm just saying, for Andrew to secure the birdie, it doesn't necessarily have to be a boom and drive, and that's not really his forte anyways. This, however, forte. And good thing he put it close, because he's really been struggling on the green these last 8 years when he's averaging 95% inside C1X.
He's marginally better from C1X than Steph Curry is from the free throw line. It's pretty incredible.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah. Steph does it indoors.
That's crazy.
I sort of like proved to myself that I still got it. Whatever is meant to happen with me will happen. And what I want wants me even more. So I just have to be open to receive it.
Hey, we just saw this hole.
Yeah, let's watch it again. 1,006 feet, flat as a pancake, OB on both sides.
You haven't seen my pancakes, buddy.
And then it gets a little bit like a Jerm pancake at the end, because there's a little hill here.
Looks like a wobbly guy, like the T sign up there that you see outside of Walmart and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. The legs are kind of like
Yeah.
the two T's. Yeah.
Perfect. The wacky waving, inflatable flailing tube man?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, these guys are thinking 3. And if this gets under, he still might be thinking 3.
That was cooking. All right. Buckle your seatbelts.
Or
This-
strapped in.
Anthony Barela is thinking big shot.
Hold on to your butts.
This poor disc.
This is the farthest carry of a roller ever. And now look at it. Look at it. Heading right for out of bounds. Heading straight for out of bounds. Straight for out of bounds. Hard left turn, not going out of bounds.
Where's the hole?
Is that past Marweed's second?
It's 700 feet there or thereabouts. It's like farther than people were driving from the short tee.
Every generation has had a slugger, and every generation has a guy who's the longest thrower. I don't think there's ever been a guy who had such an advantage over the next longest thrower ever in the history of the sport of disc golf that I've ever witnessed in my time. I mean, Stokely crushed back in the 90s, but he wasn't beating the field by the percentage that Anthony's got everyone else by.
Yeah, just thinking back to that world's distance contest we announced in Vermont where everyone goes, throws their 5, Anthony steps up, throws one shot, and it's like, that's obviously farther than all the other ones. Like, it's the competition's over.
There was a hole at Eagles Crossing where we had a distance contest up a 100-foot hill. David Wiggins was flown out there, paid to show up, and set a mark. 399 feet was the longest throw David could get. Anthony Barela threw 486 up a 100-foot hill.
Gosh.
Think about that. Park to par 4. Nearly ace the par 4 you can't see until you drive a golf cart up this hill for 2 minutes.
Like roughly as far as I can throw on flat ground.
You can't get there in 2 throws, dude. Sorry.
Incredible.
Paul, that's not it.
No, it isn't.
But I like the effort. I think that tree really saved him. That was going out of bounds by 100 miles.
Yeah, the out of bounds does kind of pinch in there.
Yeah.
Right about 200 short of the pin.
That's not looking that good.
That's fine, though.
It's fine for the birdie. And it wasn't going to get into eagle position if it missed that tree anyhow.
Nope, same.
Now everybody's got a long walk to get to where this man's standing.
This is so absurd.
Keep the number 1006 in your mind. And look what he's got left to the basket.
Is that a putter or mid? Or is that
Fairway.
That's a cigar. Or no,
Yeah.
that's the what is that he's throwing? Whatever it is, that was good.
Yeah, it worked. It was the right choice.
It's the Sagara.
Just a little turn. I think that is an impressive shot because after you throw a roller that good, as if I would know, there's a lot of pressure you put on yourself. Like, I can't blow it now. Like, I'm way up
Sure,
here, you know.
sure.
So I just find that an impressive shot to have the composure to go under there and throw it absolutely perfect, where you don't even have to stress anymore. You're not worried about a putt. You're not 30 feet out. You're done. You eagled it.
That's great. And Paul will get on the board, although some might argue getting a 4 on this hole doesn't really get a stroke on the field.
Paul needed it, though. I mean,
Yes.
he cannot par this one. This is the easiest hole on the course, and it's not close.
Well, it is coming in at 4.4. It's 0.6 below.
It's
you
far
gotta
easier.
get it.
Far easier than any other hole on the course.
Yep. Isaac needs to slow down here. It's not too bad.
Saw him leak one earlier. Gets that one on the stripe, though.
Back to the middle.
How far do you think this carries before it hits the ground?
Farther
Must
than
be
I can-
450
Then I can
before it
throw.
touches ground. That's insane. We got a superstar frame. Incredible stuff there. $25 going to charity, going to Edge Disc Golf. Go check that out.
Hole 8, par 3, 369, OB on the right side, including around all of those grasses. So if you go in there, you have the option of where you crossed or a drop zone that's about a 50-footer. Popular play here, flat mid-ranger fairway, kind of straight at it with the backhand, or driver forehand, trying to skip it up to the pin.
Maybe he's kind of been struggling with this one. Turned it over right yesterday. This is too high. This has got to get lucky now. Yeah, that's so big.
Once again, started off birding the first 7 yesterday and then runs into trouble here on 8. Surprising miss.
Why do you think he doesn't throw the 2 finky?
It's a good question. Probably because,
That also goes OB?
yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's why. It seems a little safer to me, and just as hard as he can throw, you wouldn't even need a distance driver.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know,
It's hard to sit here in the booth and question that play, but at the same time,
it's
it's kind of our job.
It's easy for me to do it. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know. But it's
Yeah.
not hard for me to question it. I'm great at that.
Yeah, okay.
Good tree.
Yeah,
Very good tree.
I think so too.
This hole's icky. Like, it makes you feel real icky on the tee. Just very uncomfortable, whether you're throwing a sidearm or not.
Yes. It's a tough one. And it's short enough that you kind of have this, your eyes want to tell you it's a must get.
Yeah.
Because you've been looking at all these long ones. You're like, oh, okay, I can get there. And then as soon as you relax, you're OB. And it's not a lot worse than just writing down bogey on the hole that you were like looking forward to getting birdie on.
Yeah.
And that's what Anthony's going to have to do.
Now, it's not a mandatory drop zone?
No, it is not. Rick will be from Isaac's right, edge of circle or so.
Right.
At where he entered that grass. Isaac a little bit low with his.
Maybe expecting a lift there. Looked like he kind of liked it out of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to save par and avoid a third bogey on the front 9.
Another kind of big moment here for Paul.
Yeah, chance to turn the tide a little bit.
He steps up when he needs it most.
2 under.
It's not good enough to get it done, but it's good enough to. I mean, it's
He's
that's not
just staying
sustainable
there,
again. Yeah, it's keeping him in the mix right now, but he's got to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anybody run away with a major in a long time. I think Isaac's done it at the PDGA championships when we were at the IDGC at Jackson. That was impressive. But other than that, you know, the Worlds has always been pretty close for the last few years. USDGC is always close. And I think that's what these guys are thinking. Like, if I can just keep it within striking distance final round, if you're within 1, 2, 3, you got a legitimate chance.
New hole here. Double Mando. Forcing you up the middle. 396 feet. Tough get in the wind, I think. You got to throw that very low shot. Get it through the mandatories, obviously, and then find a way to miss trees.
Yeah, playing really different compared to when we practice. Practice was real calm. This is a dead headwind.
Paul, did you finally birdie hole 9?
No. Almost missed the Mando.
Dang it.
It's not a Paul thing.
It's just
It's definitely not a Paul thing. We
Dang
can
it.
say that now because that's parked.
Yeah, I see the Mando sign on the left, somehow squared it. Didn't miss it, though, which was nice.
That's nice.
Did skip up from there and hit the bucket, but that doesn't count.
For birdies. Yeah. For birdies, no.
What a shot.
McBeth did not hit the mandatory sign and
Didn't
also
hit the cage
basket.
either. Yeah.
I might take your way of playing the hole more than Paul's, honestly.
My way's harder, I think.
Isaac didn't quite get the disc to hyzer at the end, but navigates the Mando very well.
So as we move back here into hole 9 and the back 9, that's when the wind really becomes a factor. Front 9, for some reason, the wind's not as up. Back 9 gets exposed big time. Like there's like a wind tunnel.
Terrible shot for Anthony right there.
Yeah, really bad for Rick here as well. That's just not good. But like I said, huge headwind. So we're sitting here like, oh, it's fine. It's really hard to find a disc that moves in this way. Paul did it. Not that easy, though.
Anthony leaves a bit to be desired on the approach.
It's almost like you have to throw it into the ground, hyzer flip, lift it up, late turn it. If you don't, everything just lifts. You know what I
How to
mean?
do that.
So you're playing with the opportunity of just turfing it right in front of you for the correct shot to throw here.
Wow.
Ooh, close one.
Oh boy.
There goes the eagle.
Bye-bye.
Eagle bogey bogey.
Crazy. He took a literal raw score higher on 2 par 3s than he did on the par 5.
Yeah,
Went 3-4-4.
yeah.
Checking in with Sullivan. He's on hole 10. He's throwing a big swooping turnover. Great little backhand shot here into the perfect spot because his sidearm, I don't know if you guys know this, pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard that. Really, a similar thing could be said about this guy right here.
It's going to increase the length of the approach shot by about 40 feet or so.
Which is nothing for him. I mean, just zipping it.
Oh, smack daddy.
Yeah, I thought it was short. Yeah. I thought it was like.
That'll work.
I know.
Oh no, I have to throw a sidearm wide. Yeah, these guys.
I think it's close enough.
Certainly the lead card is not creating separation.
Nothing safe.
I mean, Marweed's kind of doing what you need to do. He's taking some bogeys, but he's got plenty of birdies, which means he's playing aggressive. I feel like the lead card has just been kind of stagnant in their approach to this round. I think the feelings in the group are down, and everybody's just stressed out with each other. I don't see anybody like getting momentum and then somebody just coasting behind them trying to keep up.
I mean, McBeth is on 3 in a row as we close this 9, at least, to back into a share of the lead.
Yeah, and they got a 2-shot advantage right now, and they've got more holes to play. So things are fine. McBeth getting a little momentum back towards the end of the round, and, you know, who knows? But, yeah, we've got 2 big dogs at the top and some players who want a piece of the action right there nipping at the bud.
Yeah, but these guys are the guys.
Yeah, and they're playing.
They don't let the rest of the field do that.
Yeah.
They're
and
playing
they're
slow.
letting it happen.
They're playing slow. They're going to need to play a much more special back 9 if they want to stay playing together into Sunday.
Well, that's it. We got 27 holes remaining, 9 more here to go on moving day. You know the deal, guys.
Take care of each other.
And be kind. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the bed.